Hey there, cadre. This is your Sensei Al Bob. And how am I sounding? I'm using the mic of the laptop. Pick me up. Maybe I'll be a little closer here. Yeah. Yep, we're up here at the top of the hill. And I put up a little video before this one. I had a friend of mine, Darlene. She's running for state representative, and here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, all politics happens in the state capitol, not in not the mayor, not in the city council, none, not the county commissioner, no, none of that. It all happens at the state legislature. And as all legislatures, we have the best money can buy, and that's kind of it, the storyline. And so at the little gathering, this is Darlene's first kickoff of getting people together to help her out, and it worked pretty good. Worked pretty good. And, I'm getting tired. Didn't sleep too well last night. What I ate or didn't eat didn't quite fit right with me. So, but back here at the school, helping John to put things in order, helping him out, to get a little organizational thing going down. So that's what I'm talking about. And Twitchy, hey girl, haven't seen you in a long time. Where you been? What you been up to? Having fun, I hope. Yep. You hanging with that husband of yours and making art. So Twitchy, yeah. 2 jobs. Don't burn yourself out now. I've run across some interesting people at ETSU and at App State. We're trying to put together the traveling video art circus. And if you want to, host us at your school, that might be interesting. And that would be, it's going to be called the Artist Trust Traveling Video Art Circus Freely Inquiring Society. So each university that we come and visit, we're going to plant, like a seed, a freely inquiring society. And at universities you have fraternities and sororities, and you have entities, right? Societies, right? And once they're planted, they stay, unless something happens. They don't need to be reborn. Whereas, like, student activities clubs, like the computer club or the this club or the that club, they got to be reborn every semester. So, what we're planning to do is to put together a website, have a curriculum and a menu of creative things we could offer to the student body, and that the event would be administered by the students of that school. We would just be the talent that would show up. And we would give lectures and we would give shows and we would assist in the student body creating things of their own nature. And very similar to um, kind of what happens at rainbow gatherings, right? So that's the story. Let's see, what's he saying here? Let's see, 2 jobs. But I get to see my hubby middle of August. What I do? Good, good, good. Ooh, let me know what I got to do. I'll see if I can get something going. Well, when are you still hanging out at school during the summer, or is it gonna? Because if you could go and talk to some teachers, do you have built up as a student, you should build up a cadre of professors who like you and want to support you and things you want to do, and go find some professors in your university who want to do something interesting, right? Who would help host this, and that's what you guys would have to be, the hosts. Like I said, by end of August, we're going to have a website up and a curriculum um, that the university or host school can choose from. And we will come and we will spend. And first, I would show up as we're going to have a executive director and executive producer, and this interesting person who's a computer and college professor and sustainability guy. We're going to put together this website and all. And I would probably show up first, right? And a few days or a week before the whole gang shows up, and I would find the cadre at your university and get it going, and find um, places to put these events on, classes and lecture halls, and you know, and we'd have music and theater and science and art, and it'd be the Artist Trust, Traveling Video Art Circus. And the video part would be, we would be doing everything live, and we would have set up a YouTube channel, and the students could be, doing their own, live thing, because we're going to leave you guys with the freely. We're going to, plant in every school we go to a freely inquiring society, meaning freely, meaning open, not just free, no, open, inquiring to understand society, community. And we would, before we leave you with a vehicle. And part of the traveling video art circus is that you'll be making YouTubes and other social media things, and you would be communicating with all of your brethren, um, you know, um, freely inquiring societies at other universities, thus building a foundation of a alternative aesthetic, and that's part of the idea. Okay, so there's 5 of you, and we've been talking 9 minutes. So, you know, one of the reasons I didn't sleep last night, I was at my friend's hotel, and I was just luxuriating in the jacuzzi and then taking a shower and going back in the jacuzzi and the shower and then the pool and then the shower and then the jacuzzi. And I was cleaning out every pore of my body, because I haven't really, when I'm at the deep green, all I have is, so I was really enjoying my liquidation there. But I was watching the cable, and it's so obvious that CNN, MSNBC, you name it, all of the accesses, ABC, NBC, they're all corporate shields, right? And they're all going after Donald Trump. But that's doesn't matter because he's like he's more Teflon than Teflon, and that's because the powers that shouldn't be are keeping the wolves at bay from Donnie. But at just the right time, they're going to throw that poor boy to the wolves, and he really doesn't realize he's being set up, right? But when he goes on about fake news, when he goes on about no collusion, I mean, he's right. It's news has been fake since Samaria. When Hearst and Pulitzer owned it, they started wars. It's called propaganda. Go look up the Tavistock Institute in London, started by Freud's nephew. And they're the house of advertising and propaganda. And it's like, which is which? They go hand in hand with each other. So, and if you want, see, the really interesting thing is that Homo sapiens sapien, us humans, this bag of water here, we haven't been around too long, but our soul, has been around forever since the Big Bang, and we are being played, basically, and that's kind of what the movie The Matrix was about, was that our soul is being played. And we can't even tell what's real and what's not, and most people are suffering unbelievably, and they don't have to, because they allow the illusion to keep going, Now, I have to start it and stop it, start it and stop it every day, like every morning I wake up, when I die in 2015, 14, whenever that was, I came back and I was in great pain, and the pain was told to me that that would keep me on the straight and narrow, that I'd have to meditate to keep the pain away, which I'm doing. And it's I have no pain. I mean, my doctors can't believe that I'm not in excruciating pain, screaming for morphine, but because they wanted to put me on morphine and OxyContin, you name it, they wanted me on it. And I said, no, I got to deal with the pain, they said. And I said, I'm going to meditate and pray. And that's what I did. Ba-doop-boop-boop. 13 minutes. Well, there's 7 of you, and only Twitchy is talking. Come on, let's have a live chat. Hey, Twitch, I think I misplaced your phone number. If you could get a hold of me at my the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail and leave it again, that would be nice. And anybody who wants to talk to me, get a hold of me at my Gmail. Thanks, sweetie. And always, when you next talk to your hubby, send him my best regards. You're a lucky girl, and he's a lucky boy. You guys are a match made in heaven. It was so sweet when I married them. And we did this ceremony out in this very special meadow. And it's kind of lumpy, right? And they kind of stumbled across it until they got to this nadir level that I hold each other's hands and meditate. And I went through a guided meditation, and then they floated back. Oy. Anyway. Yes. Oh, yeah. What time is it? It's 10:11. So it's pretty obvious that the powers that shouldn't be are really kind of freaking out, right? And the hidden hand has been around forever. Now, they have their plan A, B, C, D, all the way to infinity. And they kind of think they got it underhand, overhand, understood, overstood. But, they just also realize that they don't, that this is a interesting time for them. And we have the opportunity. We got this, 17 months now of an open window. We can get some stuff rolling, And I understand the powers that shouldn't be and the hidden hand. You can be the Godhead for all I care. It's like when the Oracle and the architect were like sitting together smoking a cigarette. You could tell that they used to have a lot of sex, and they're just kind of figuring it out as they go along too. So, anybody else want to join in this little live chat? Come on. To you, Miss Twitching. Oh, baby. Any interesting books anyone's reading? Any movies they've seen? When you're at the hotel and you got 18 zillion channels on the big screen, it's like diving into the ocean of social media. Anyway, that's why I'm a little tired. I'm going to go check my laundry and use the facilities. And I'll be back. So come on, talk to each other. Come on. There's 5 of you. Uh, we've gone down. So what past lives scratch your memory cells there, sweetie? uh, uh, uh. The thing is to, when you die, not to let yourself be sucked into the follow the light, into the wearing blender or karma. You do have the choice of being what you want to be. So, and knowing who you were, why do so many people kind of remember who they were, especially when they're children? Mm. It's really kind of hot. It's probably 90 degrees out there right now, and we're in the mountains. Luckily, the weather has been relatively nice, and it's planning to stay relatively nice, except for the heat. So that's the choice. So, yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's humid as crap here in the mountains. You just imagine what the coast is. And those folks who were getting that unbelievable rain. Wow. So anyway, I think at 30 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm going to say see you later, unless a whole bunch of people come in and start chatting away, saying interesting stuff. Because Twitchy has been holding up the whole fort herself. Your glasses got fogged up. Zero, how you doing, bud? What's the weather like in your hood? Oh, you're over in Ireland, right? Or New Zealand? New Zealand and Australia are turning into some really. I mean, Australia was always a fascist state, but it's getting pretty real now. I was there in the 70s, and they declared martial law twice. Not once, twice. The Queen showed up, and everyone got the week off to kiss her feet, and everyone went to the beach instead. She got very pissed off, got on her plane, and took off, and the Queen's representative disbanded the government and declared martial law. And about a year later, they had an election, and the Labor Party won, first time ever. The Labor Party was going to kick the transnational state out. Was going to get rid of Rupert, and Reginald Ansett and all of those sycophant whack jobs. And again, they declared martial law. And this time they got very nasty. They went around sticking people's heads in silk bags and disappearing them. Then they got rid of guns. They had an excuse to get everyone to cash in their gun. So pretty much everyone in Australia is screwed. So, the real deal, like our Constitution, Second Amendment states, we have the right to bear arms as a militia. And no one's talking about the militia. We need to come together as militias, not just carrying your own little weapon. And then you wouldn't have to worry about, the hidden whatever and the powers that shouldn't be and all the rest. I myself, I'm getting a little tuckered. I'm going to go to bed earlier rather than later. And go look at this afternoon's nice little event where Darlene Lewis, who's running for state legislature, and Beatrice was singing, and Mr. Pianos was playing the piano, and it was a good time to have by all. So give me the 411. What you think of that little video? It's about 10 minutes long. It's one going to be right next to this one. We'll go from there. Okay. I love you guys. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, here we go. It's 30:30. Okay. Sweet dreams, Twitch and Zero. Love you guys. Yep. Kidnapped. Keeps happening to me. I don't know how it does, but it does. The only saving grace is every time it happens, I try to make it fun.